The Chernobyl incident, a nuclear disaster that shook the world which occurred on April 26, 1986, stands as one of the most tragic and significant moments in the history of nuclear energy. This event had a lasting impact on global perceptions of nuclear safety, the environment, and human health. In this article, we will delve into the causes, consequences, and impact of the Chernobyl incident. The causes of the incident. The Chernobyl incident was caused by a combination of technical and human factors. During a nighttime safety test at reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, located near the city of Pripyat in the then Soviet Union, now Ukraine, an error occurred during the reactor's shutdown process. A series of incorrect decisions, coupled with a flawed design of the RBMK reactor, contributed to the reactor's instability. The use of graphite control rods instead of light water, as commonly found in Western nuclear plants, made the RBMK reactor susceptible to sudden power increases. During the test, the combined effect of partially withdrawn control rods and less efficient cooling gas led to an uncontrolled increase in the nuclear reaction, resulting in reactor overheating. Immediate consequences. The overheating led to the explosion of the nuclear reactor, releasing a massive amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere. A column of fire and toxic gases rose into the sky, releasing radioactive isotopes such as cesium-137 and iodine-131. The radioactive cloud spread rapidly across Europe, leading to evacuations in many areas and contaminating soil, water, and air. The initial consequences were seen among the first responders and plant workers, many of whom suffered severe radiation-related injuries. The exploded reactor was hastily contained within an improvised structure to prevent further releases of radioactive material. Impact on human health. The Chernobyl incident had a devastating impact on human health. It is estimated that numerous individuals suffered radiation-related illnesses, including cancer, heart disease, and nervous system disorders. Those exposed to radiation began experiencing symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and gastrointestinal disturbances. Isolating affected areas and evacuating nearby populations were necessary measures to safeguard people's health. The long-term consequences were equally severe. An increase in thyroid cancer cases, particularly among children exposed to the radioactive isotope iodine-131, was observed. The incidence of other types of cancer, such as bladder and lung cancer, also rose among radiation-exposed populations. Impact on human health. The Chernobyl incident had a devastating impact on human health. It is estimated that numerous individuals suffered radiation-related illnesses, including cancer, heart disease, and nervous system disorders. Those exposed to radiation began experiencing symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and gastrointestinal disturbances. Isolating affected areas and evacuating nearby populations were necessary measures to safeguard people's health. The long-term consequences were equally severe. An increase in thyroid cancer cases, particularly among children exposed to the radioactive isotope iodine-131, was observed. The incidence of other types of cancer, such as bladder and lung cancer, also rose among radiation-exposed populations. Environmental impact. The environment surrounding the Chernobyl zone was profoundly affected. Flora and fauna were exposed to hazardous levels of radiation. While some animal species thrived due to the absence of human presence, the biodiversity of the area was altered. Notably, trees exhibited visible genetic mutations. The area around Chernobyl, known as the exclusion zone, was evacuated and remains largely uninhabited, with the exception of a few residents and a tourist influx interested in exploring the history and consequences of the disaster. Changes in energy and nuclear policy. The Chernobyl incident had a profound impact on global energy and nuclear policy. It raised questions about the safety of nuclear power plants and led to a re-evaluation of safety standards and emergency protocols. Many countries scaled back or halted their nuclear programs, and nuclear energy faced growing skepticism from the public. Conclusions: the Chernobyl incident is a tragic event that shook the world and left a deep scar on the history of nuclear energy. Its immediate and long-term consequences on human health, the environment, and energy policy were significant. The incident underscored the critical importance of nuclear safety and vigilance against human errors in high-risk activities. Today, the Chernobyl zone remains a living memorial to the catastrophic consequences of a nuclear disaster. It serves as a constant reminder for humanity to balance the use of nuclear energy with rigorous precautions and safety measures to prevent similar events from recurring in the future.